I'm interested to hear how long it took till you started to feel back to your normal self and what you started to do. In the sequence of events, you'd had the surgery, you'd had the chemotherapy, then you had the reversal, the second procedure to reverse the stoma. So after that, how long till you started to feel back to your normal self?
Well, to be honest with you, after I'd had the surgery and, it just waited things to normalise within that region, it wasn't that long. Slowly I started to feel back to normal. I mean, even now, I know I'm not completely back to the way I was before everything started, but I know I'm getting there. I can see there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Mm-hmm. I mean, within about 6 weeks after surgery, I'd actually gone back to work part-time on what they call phased return, where you do so many hours a day for so many days, gradually building up to going back full-time. And
where were you working at the time?
Well, I work at Europcar Group UK in Leicester. The head office is on Welford Road, and I run a department within that company.
Yes, it's a rental car company, isn't it? And how were they as an employer?
They were very good, actually.
Yeah.
Very supportive. I mean, my manager came to see me a couple of times. We kept in regular contact by phone, by email, etc.
When you went back to work, were you ready to go back? Were you keen to go back, or were you nervous about it?
I was nervous, but I was keen to get back, because by going back, it was a sign that things had started to get back to what you call normal. Mm. And it was a case, also the fact is, when you're at work, you've got things to do, and you're not sitting there pondering, what could happen.
Yeah.
You've got an interaction with people that you've known for, say, 10 or more years.
Yeah.
So therefore, it's better. It takes your mind off it, because you've got different things to concentrate on. You've got work issues to concentrate on rather than health issues.
Exactly. So you got your role back and you got those contacts back.
Yeah.
And presumably it gave you routine as well in terms of the days.
Yeah, because especially once you've gone back to your normal hours, you know what you're doing between, say, in my case, between 8 and 4:15. I know what I'm doing. I know I'm doing my job.
Was it helpful to get that routine?
Yes, because it's what the routine was before.
Yeah.
It's a good thing to get back to it, and also you are making progress. Mm. Once you've got over that, you can see that you have made progress from what I was at this time where I was at this time last year, whereas this year, I can see I've made progress.
Mm. Mm. How long were you off work altogether?
14 months.
It's quite a long time.
Yes.
If you look back on that, do you feel that after that really long gap, you were able to get back to work in a quite straightforward way? In other words, despite that long gap, you really, with that phased return, were able to return to your normal role without too much of a struggle?
Yes, because luckily I was able to, because most of the procedures that had been set in place within my department, I'd actually set it, and none of those had changed.
I see.
And I knew what my role was within. I run the team. I do a lot to do with the billings, the payments of the bills, etc.
Yeah.
It was my role hadn't changed. It was passed to other people who were gladly passed it back because they did.
They were glad that they could give you the work back to do.
Yes, because especially because it had fallen really on one person. She was quite happy that I was back to take it back.
I understand. Yeah. So the job hadn't changed. Somebody else was doing it, but they were glad that you were back. Yeah, I can see that.